Welcome back to the program. Wow, all I can really say is thank you. Thank you so much. What a humbling experience that was last night. It was soul soothing, it was invigorating, it was organic, um, and quite frankly, it just was an incredible evening from the standpoint of learning all of these different stories about all of you. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for coming. I went through the comments tonight, and some of the people that don't show up on Thursday nights for whatever reasons still comment all the time, and I appreciate you. And I do hope at some point maybe some of you will not be the next Randy. As a matter of fact, Randy has now said that he may be joining us more as well. So it just was a humbling and just an incredible experience. It really was, and I'll admit I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous for a few days, but it all worked out. And I think it's something that I might just do that every year. I don't know. Maybe we'll do other events similar to that because it really was like an organic way of connecting with all of you in a as if we were just sitting around at a restaurant, just talking and having a couple of drinks and just shooting the shit. Hey, how was your day? What's going on? What's new in your life? That kind of thing. And just like family members would do, really. And so I just want to thank you. Truly, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, each and every one of you. I'm so blessed to have such dynamic and devoted fans, and just a great family of support. And like I said, we all count on each other, we all support one another, and it was just amazing. So again, just thank you so much. You have no idea how touched I was from that experience last night. It was just great. The other thing that I wanted to say is that I'm going to show a video, and this video is very long, so that's why I'm doing a very short segment right now. And before I get to that, I have some interesting news that I'll share with you that I'm sure the people in the rhino establishment are pulling their hair out, as well as the left in this country. But I'll get to that here in just a second. But it's a video of Jeffrey Epstein. It's 2 hours long, so that's why I'm doing a very short little video so that you're not overwhelmed with, watching both of them. But it's Steve Bannon interviewing Jeffrey Epstein for 2 hours, and it is long-ranging. It covers so many different things. They talk about the Rockefellers. They talk about the trilateral community, tribunal community. They talk about just globalism. They talk about the markets. They talk about literally everything. Okay, it's a really interesting interview. You don't see Bannon on screen. You hear his voice. So apparently this was like the documentary that he was going to release and never did. Well, I have it, and it's been released. So I'll let you guys watch all that. We'll go through the comments on that. And before I end this short little 8-minute segment, because right now I'm at about 4 minutes, might even be shorter than that, everyone wants to write the obituary for the Maga movement. All the establishment, all the rhinos, all the Trump haters, everybody in the media, all the leftists out there. Once we get rid of Trump, we can get back to normal. The Tom Tillises of the world. Well, once we get past Trump, we can go back to the old way of doing things. I don't think so, okay? Because it's our party and you can cry if you want to, as the song goes. Listen to this.
So how much power, and we're talking about influence here, do they have on the GOP, especially over the long run?
Yeah, over the long run. That's what I think is so important here. And it's not just about Donald Trump. It's about the Make America movement. Again, that's what we're talking about, Make America Great Again movement. And it is as powerful as it has ever been. Because I want you to take a look here. GOP who view MAGA favorably. 2 years ago when Donald Trump was running for term number 2, it was 74%. Today, look at this. It's 78% of Republicans who view the Make America Great Again movement favorably. So we're
Now, that's a poll from Marquette, which is typically a left-leaning poll. So technically, you could add 5 to both of those. So if 2 years ago it was 74% that support the MAGA movement in the Republican Party, whatever, now they say it's up 4%. So 2 years ago and now to today, it's 78%. You could add 5 to both. So you have 79 and you have 83, right? Let's be reasonable here.
talking about something that, in my opinion, will very much be able to outlast Donald Trump. Trump is in term number 2. He can't run for a term number 3. But the bottom line is this. What he brought into the GOP looks like it's going to last long beyond him.
It's a very populist movement. I am curious because J.D. Vance would then be the next standard bearer of the...
No way J.D. Vance is as popular as President Trump, is he?
movement. Where is the GOP on how they feel about him?
Yeah, okay. So, obviously J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, at this point looks like a favorite for the Republican nomination come 2028. And one of the reasons why he looks like a favorite is because the Republican base loves J.D. Vance. What are we talking about here? Someone who really represents the Make America Great Again movement. This is somebody a year ago, his favorable rating among Republicans, 81%.
Did you hear that? They said Trump was at 74% 2 years ago. They just said 1 year ago, J.D. Vance was at 81%. Oh, it gets better.
Latest Marquette University Law School poll, look at this. 84%. 84%. So if anything, his favorable rating is somewhat up from where it was a year ago after a year of Trump. And, of course, that matches what we see when it comes to MAGA, right? It matches what we see coming to MAGA, whereby it was 74 and now it's 78%. If anything, MAGA's grip on the GOP, and it seems like the next in line to be the next standard bearer of MAGA, both of them, their favorable ratings are actually up after a year of Donald Trump's.
There it is. So you have 81, add the 5 because it's a left-wing poll. So a year ago, J.D. Vance was at 86%, and now 84, add 5. Now he's at 89%, virtually 90%, okay? So all these people that are pissing and moaning and bitching and complaining about the MAGA movement and we're too far to the right and our populist message is too powerful and too strong and we need to go back to the old ways of doing things and the establishment and globalism and, free trade and not doing tariffs. You people are just gone. You don't exist in this stratosphere anymore. Okay? You tried your damnedest with the Lincoln Republicans and you tried to slam everybody and you tried to do all these horrible things. You even used, what's her name? E. Jean Carroll. Because remember, that whole thing was set up through fake Republican George Conway, Kellyanne Conway's former husband. What the hell she saw in that troll, I have no idea, but I digress. So the reality is that the establishment rhino Republicans suck. They will always suck. They will continue to suck. They will suck forever. And the MAGA movement is going to move on without these rhinos. And if they don't like it, they can go and become independents or Democrats. We don't want them. We don't need them. So I wanted to end this little short segment with that good news. Anyway, enjoy the Jeffrey Epstein video. It's there's a lot in it. And yeah, you'll probably have to take that one in breaks because it's a big video. Anyway, God bless you all. Those are my thoughts. Can't wait to hear all of yours. See you soon.